Hey everyone, and welcome. Have you ever really thought about what gives a motorcycle its character? You know, its unique feel, that specific sound, its actual soul? Well, today we're going to dive deep into the heart of the machine to figure out how different engines create completely different personalities on two wheels.
So what is it? What makes a zippy little city bike feel so totally different from a big rumbling cruiser or a screaming fast track bike? Well, the answer is actually a lot simpler and honestly more elegant than you might think.
Yep, that's it. That's the secret sauce. The number of cylinders a bike has and how they're all arranged, that doesn't just change the numbers on a spec sheet, no. It defines the bike's character. It shapes how it delivers power, and it creates that distinct feeling you get the second you twist that throttle.
Okay, so to really understand these personalities, we first need to get a grip on how they work. We're going to start with the absolute basics of how any modern motorcycle engine turns fuel into motion. It all comes down to this right here, the four-stroke cycle. It's this simple, really elegant dance in 4 steps. You've got intake, compression, power, and exhaust. This fundamental process is literally the heartbeat of every single engine we're about to look at. All right, let's jump in and meet our first engine personality. This is the foundation for all the others. It's the simplest, most fundamental design out there, the single cylinder. Just think about it. 1 cylinder, 1 piston, doing all the work. Its simplicity is really its genius. And because it fires less often than an engine with more cylinders, it produces this very distinct, rhythmic sound, which is exactly how it earned that awesome nickname, the Thumper.
And the benefits of keeping it simple? They are huge. These engines are lightweight, they sip fuel, and they're usually cheaper to fix. But the real magic, in my opinion, is the torque. That single, big piston gives you this fantastic punch of power right from a standstill, which is just perfect for getting a jump on city traffic. But, there are always trade-offs. That one lonely piston doing all the work creates a lot of vibration, especially as you get up to higher speeds. And since there's only 1 power stroke for every 2 turns of the crankshaft, its overall horsepower is pretty limited. So here's why all this matters to you. The single cylinder's whole personality makes it a specialist. Its lightweight creates this nimble, agile bike that is just a dream to ride in heavy traffic or on a twisty dirt trail. It's really the perfect engine for accessible, fun, and super practical motorcycling.
So, what happens when you decide to add a second cylinder? This is where things get really interesting. Because adding just 1 more cylinder opens up this whole new family of engines, and each one has its own completely distinct character. See, just doubling the cylinders gives you a twin, but how you arrange them, man, that changes everything. Put them side by side, you get a compact and super versatile parallel twin. Arrange them in a V-shape, and you get that iconic, rumbling V-twin. And if you lay them flat, you get the incredibly balanced boxer twin.
And this quote, it just hits the nail on the head. That famous potato sound of a Harley isn't just for show. It's the direct audible result of 2 cylinders arranged in a V, firing at this really uneven interval. It's literally the mechanical heartbeat of the cruiser personality.
Now for a completely different kind of character, let's look at the boxer. By placing the 2 cylinders horizontally, so they're sticking out to the sides, you get an engine that's almost perfectly balanced. But even more importantly, it puts all the engine's weight really low to the ground. So what does that actually mean for you when you're out on the road? It means a big, heavy touring bike can feel incredibly light and just planted to the pavement. When you lean into a corner, that low center of gravity gives you this unique sense of stability and confidence that is just the signature of this design.
Okay, but what if you're chasing something else? What if you crave that ultimate smoothness and massive top-end power? Well, for that, we need to add even more cylinders. Now we're entering the realm of the high-performance machines.
Now here we have 2 pretty different philosophies. You've got the inline 3, or the triple, which is kind of like the characterful middle child. It tries to give you the best of both worlds, that low-end punch of a twin with the high-revving smoothness of a 4. The inline 4, on the other hand, is the screamer. It gives up a little that low-end grunt for an incredibly smooth, high-revving engine that produces just enormous horsepower. Okay, get ready for this number. 194 miles per hour. Just let that sink in for a second. That kind of speed on 2 wheels. That wasn't a typo. That was the world record for a production motorcycle set by the legendary Suzuki Hayabusa. And the heart of that beast? You guessed it, a massive, powerful, and incredibly smooth inline-4 engine. This is the personality that loves to chase the horizon.
So, we've gone from the simple little thumper all the way to the high-tech screamer. Now, how do we tie all this together to help you find the right engine for you?
All right, let's put it all on the table one last time. Which one of these personalities calls out to you? Are you the agile thumper, zipping through the city, the versatile all-rounder that can do a bit of everything? Or maybe you're the iconic rumbler, just cruising down the highway. See, each engine offers a totally different world on two wheels.
Look, if there's one thing I want you to walk away with, it's this. Try not to get caught up in which engine is best on paper. Because when it comes to a motorcycle's soul, there is really no such thing. There is only the engine that has the right personality for you and for the kind of riding that you love to do. The choice is all about the feel, the sound, and the character that really speaks to you. And that kind of leaves us with this big final thought. For over 100 years, this mechanical, gas-burning heart has been the soul of the motorcycle. But as we look to a future of silent, instant electric power, what's going to define the personality of tomorrow's bike? What will be its new soul? It's a pretty exciting question to think about. Thanks for joining me.